Hello, my name's Dominic James. I'm the teacher for the Creative Writing course. This is a one-semester course as part of the English department. Even though some people might know me as being the radio teacher, I'm actually a fully qualified English teacher. I've been teaching English for over 30 years, and I love being able to teach creative writing. So I'm really pleased to be doing this year. The creative writing course is what it says. There are 4 assignments, big long assignments that students have to do, and it just gives them the opportunity to explore their creativity and to come up with some really pleasing and polished work. How does a class work? Every class, as they know, they need to bring a journal with them, a writing journal. We'll always start by just giving them a little prompt, and they will just write for 5 minutes to begin with. And it's not something that's actually assessed individually, but I do assess their commitment to doing this at every class. Then after they've done that, they start to share their work with other classmates, and really to get into this whole kind of routine of not being shy about sharing your work with other people, because you're with like-minded people. So they work in small groups, they read their work to each other, they give each other feedback, and so on. And in the first 4 weeks of the course, that seems to have gone really, really well. People are opening up, they are then quite happy to read their work out in front of the rest of the class. So that's really excellent. They also need to have their Chromebooks or a laptop with them, because some of the assignments require them to read things on Canvas. Everything that we do in the class is on Canvas. So if anybody is away, they can just click on the lesson that they missed and go into that. All the assignments are on Canvas. There are lots of reading assignments in there, sort of short stories to have a look at and so on. Everything can be found on the Canvas page. So that's the beginning of many lessons. Starting in the next week or so, we're going to start. We'll have a student reading an excerpt from a story that they love. So beginning to share the work of other writers as well. And at some point over the next few months, they will each of them have to actually choose a passage from a book that they love, or a book that they think is really, really well written, and share it with other people. So we can ponder on things that people think are excellent and share good ideas and good practice. In terms of what they actually do, there are 4 major assignments, and each of those are summative assignments. So the first one, which they're working on at the moment, is a personal essay, and that is writing from personal experience, but trying to craft it in such a way that some larger kind of life themes might come out of it as well. That counts for 20% of the course, and that's due in actually next week. After that, we're going to be looking at short stories, which is worth 25%, so writing some fiction in a slightly different way. Then we are going to be doing some poetry, so writing some poetry. The final creative part is to do, we're calling it creative project, but we're given the opportunity to do a screenplay or a script or a children's book, even a graphic novel, some sort of story, something to do with story, really. So those are the 4 kind of creative pieces, and then there's a small reflective essay, get him to consider what they have done over the course of the semester as well to finish with. There are lots of formative, so those are all summative assignments, so that quite a lot of grade points are given to those things. But all the way through, every single week, there are lots of formative assessments. So it might be some preparation work or kind of redrafting things, things which are required. So for example, in the personal essay that they're doing at the moment, they are required to hand in 3 bits of work which will kind of lead up to the final thing. So there's an outline to the course. There's an outline to the story that they're writing. There's a first draft, there's a second draft. So those things are expected and required and given points for, because the drafting process is actually really, really important in order to get a really finely finished piece of work. It's really, really important, obviously, that students write write themselves. That's using anything like AI is completely unacceptable. And of course, it's very easy now for teachers to kind of spot those things. So what I've said to all the students, if you are, a deadline is approaching and you are in a bit of a panic, you must come and see me rather than just make a bad choice the night before, and so on. We can accept work a little bit late, just a few days late. So if somebody comes and sees me, a few days beforehand, then we can negotiate and so on. But there are certain fixed dates where we can't accept any extra work, really within a week of an expired deadline. So it's very, very important to keep up to date. There are lots and lots of short assignments, which lead into the big one. So the big assignment that's due in next week, we've already been working on for a week. We've got several more lessons working on it, and that's how we'll continue to work all the way through this semester. Hopefully it's a course that they can really enjoy, and share their ideas with other people, and also come away with some really nice bits of writing which they can treasure for the rest of their lives. Thank you. Bye-bye.